welcome back to the World of Fandom Fights. I'm your host, the King Caleb Coho, and we are back in the Fandom Fights Fall Frenzy Teams Tournament. Joining me at the desk tonight, the lovely Nick Tuig. How you doing, Nick?
I'm doing lovely, Caleb. Thank you for asking. I'm very excited to see this Teams Tournament unfold. What a lovely name, Fall Frenzy Fandom Fights Teams Tournament.
A lot of Fs. A lot of Fs in the title, a lot of Fs directed at me. But this is going to be a good tournament. The number 7 seed taking on the number 10 seed. Number 7, Bounty Hunters Anonymous coming in. Jake and Antonio winning their play-in match with Technically Not Wrong. So they are back in this thing 1-0, taking on Schizo, who last we saw them at 1-1, they played my team and gave us one hell of a running. But the ending of that one, bit of a controversial point of contention in this season. So I think that they are a scary 10 seed and a team that has got something to prove in this tournament. What are your thoughts? I think he froze. Did he freeze? Or is he just giving dramatic pause? I think Nick froze. Damn it. All right. All right. So we'll go ahead and we'll throw it right now to promos.
Oh my God, Nazario, Eli, we're here. I didn't know if I was ever going to be back here. I know I've made that joke 12.5 times, but only thing I have to say about this is I feel bad for Antonio because him and me were supposed to be in a Warzone match that got scrapped. And so I have a little bit of beef with Boatman as far as that goes. But Boatman's not here. And I'm excited to be back and play. I haven't seen it in a minute, Eli. I haven't missed your face.
Yes, it is very great to be back in Fandom Fight team. And though Nazario and I have had multiple interactions with each other and not always in the best light, you are in his faction, and I am willing to give him a shot.
I am also here. And yeah, Reese is in the Criterion Collection. That's great. And yes, Eli and I have had a little play-ins here and there in our old times in this league, but it's all good, man. You're a great player. And as long as you help my boy here get the W, I'm all for you. You're a great team, and you should go far in this tournament because even though we're playing Jake, the guy doesn't really do geek that much. So focus on that, I think.
I can say this. I've beaten Jake twice in singles. So that should put me on a higher level with Dominic. Look, Jake, Antonio, you guys, great players, 1-0, but Schizo, we have proven against 2 teams how good we are. So let's see what happens.
Let's get them belts.
Whew. Can you tell that team is really well-oiled? Man, they worked real well in that promo. This is going to be interesting. The only thing that Eli is bringing in this match that he had last match is that delay, and that's what cost him the match. So let's hope that comes up in round 3. At the end of the day, this team is actually surprisingly really good. Like, it's more Warzone-based players, and they come into Fandom, and they do quite well. Only lost by 2 points in the match that never happened, so it doesn't count on our record. And the other one, we beat them. So today, again, I think this is our most relaxed team in our faction. We don't take life too serious on this side of it, but we want to have fun and we want to win. So hopefully Dom plays like he has in Fandom this past season and drops a lot of easy questions. And Eli mishears the question because his Wi-Fi sucks. And then we'll win. And Nazario tries to rein in those two, and that will be fun to watch this entire time. How are you two feeling before we play this match?
I've been looking forward to this so we can finally match.
Yeah.
Right.
We got that ready. Yeah, listen, I have a lot of history with Rizzy. We were a team at one point. Had some interesting match with against Paul and Lucas, which I think is a fun match, to be honest. Even though we lost it, some good stuff in that one. And then Eli, I've played a bunch of times in Fandom. I always have to play him, and then I lose. It's unfortunate, but we don't really care. We're Warzone players. We do the stuff and maybe see if we can do better than we do the last match. And yeah, I'd say bring it on. I think that the odds are in our favor with this match. So yeah.
Good reference.
Let's pull the upset.
Keep it going.
All right, Nick, those were some fire promos. Jake bringing up his history with both members of Schizo individually and combined, and Antonio chilling out. This is a fun team that's chill. Schizo, they were talking about Nazario and kind of their status in this tournament, but you know what? I think that's enough talking. I think it's time to hear what they're going to do in this ring. What do you think?
Yes, those were promos that I was definitely here the whole time for, but just hypothetically, if I wasn't, I'll just take your word for what they were.
Absolutely. All right, so we'll go ahead and we'll bring in our players into this match and get right underway with round number 1, which works like this. You are each going to get 1 or 10 questions from 1 point each from 10 different areas within the realm of Fandom fights. Should you get all 10 questions correct, you'll be issued a bonus question. You have 3 repeats for the entirety of the match and a challenge. Rule any questions as we get into round number 1.
Nope.
All right, then your first question comes in the category of YA dystopia. In The Hunger Games, Catching Fire, who gets whipped at a post for disobeying orders?
Oh, wow. It's really kind of hard to banter from there, huh?
This is what do you want me to say?
My mind went in a couple different places.
I'll pivot to the left and say football's back, Nick.
I think I'd rather talk about whipping posts.
Pens down. We're going to start with Eli.
This is most like definitely wrong. I said Finnick.
We will go to Jake.
Gale.
We'll go to Rizzy.
Gale.
And Antonio.
Gale.
Gale is correct. 2-1 Bounty Hunters as we get to the second question, Nick.
Your second question is the category of Star Wars. And your question, what was the last Star Wars film to feature the character Boba Fett?
I think you could tell.
Chronologically or released?
Released. That's a fair clarification.
Fair clarification. Very fair clarification.
Indeed. What was in your cup, Cole?
Water, but I was showing this a sports ball.
Oh, I see.
1. Pens down. We will start with Rizzy.
Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones.
We will go to Antonio.
I'm sure I read the whole thing, but I said Star Wars Episode 2. I had a tag.
We'll go to Eli.
Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones.
And Jake.
And you specified Star Wars, so I just read Attack of the Clones.
I think we can accept Attack of the Clones. I don't think we can accept Star Wars Episode 2.
That's where I'm leaning as well.
So that makes it 3-3 coming out of the second question. So we get to the third question, a category that I hold so near and dear to my heart, Nick, the Wizarding World. In The Prisoner of Azkaban, Harry needs a signature from his guardian in order to attend what school trip to where?
You hate these movies. Why'd you lie to everyone?
I don't hate these movies, but I hate half of these movies. Hate's a strong word. I just don't enjoy half of these.
You just used it. You just said hate.
I'm in a faction with a backpedaler. He rubs off on me. 5.
Fair. Also, if you met someone and they were like, I hate 50% of you, like you wouldn't like that.
I say that to myself every day. Pens down. We're going to start with Jake.
I'm not idea.
We will go to Eli.
I said Honeydukes.
We'll go to Antonio.
Hogsmeade.
And Schizo. Rizzy.
Not false. Hogsmeade.
That's correct. 4-4. I just saw Schizo on my board, and I was just like, that. All right. Give them their fourth question, Nick.
Your fourth question is in the category of Rocky. Which of Rocky's former opponents comes to Rocky's restaurant to wash dishes for him in Rocky Balboa?
It's a tight game, Nick.
Yes.
If any one of your former opponents could come wash dishes for you, who would you choose?
Oh, I have an answer. Bounty Hunter is very familiar with the answer.
I knew we were going. 1. Pens down. We're going to start with Antonio.
Spider Rico.
We were going to go to Rizzy.
Nice. Spider Rico.
We were going to go to Jake.
I'm so glad my partner's the #1 Rocky fan. Spider Rico.
We're going to go to Eli.
This is not enough. I just said Spider.
Spider, we cannot take 6-1 bounty hunters, and according to the match, I am the number one fan, Jake. All right. Your fifth question comes to the category of DreamWorks animation. Which DreamWorks film has a cast including Ralph Fiennes, Sandra Bullock, Val Kilmer, and Jeff Goldblum? Fuck you in the chat from Cody. It's a very valid fuck you as well.
To answer your last question, Coho, with a person whose name I will say aloud, you come wash my dishes.
You know what? I would actually gladly come wash your dishes.
Thank you, because
a very friendly gesture.
No joking banter here. They are full to the brim.
There's a long list of people who's watching Twig's dishes.
This is the sexual innuendo for getting to me here.
Pens down. We're going to start with Eli.
The Prince of Egypt.
We're going to go to Antonio.
Oh my god, I feel so dumb. I said Kung Fu Panda 2.
We'll go to Rizzy.
The Prince of Egypt.
And Jake.
Prince of Egypt.
Correct. Tight round. Tied 7-7 going into the sixth question.
Your sixth question is in the category of quotes. What Star Trek character says, "My crew is my family, Kirk. Is there anything you would not do for your family?"
I think the Trekkie community within this community is a very small subset of people.
Yeah. Oh, are you a part of that now all of a sudden, Coho?
Well, I grew up Trekkie. I just forgot how much I like Trekkie.
Oh, okay. That's fair. It's like, I grew up liking Oreo cookies, and then I forgot, and then I tried them again.
You're saying heads down. We're going to start with Rizzy.
Jean-Luc Picard.
We are going to go to Antonio.
Khan?
We are going to go to Eli.
Khan?
And Jake.
I think it is Khan, but I also wish Rizzy said God.
We were looking for Khan or John Harrison. Either would have been an acceptable answer.
Yeah.
So we are tied 8-8 as we get to your seventh question in the category of the MCU.
The McCoo.
In Avengers Endgame, which stone are Rhodey and Nebula tasked with getting during the time heist? You want to know what my favorite usage of time heist in this movie is?
Is it going to give anything away?
No.
For the question we just asked?
No, but I won't say it anyway, just in case.
Oh,
I think you can guess it in your head. You can see what I'm saying. Do you know what I mean?
Is it when you go back in time and pretend you didn't lose to me?
Yep. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pass down. We're going to start with Antonio.
It's a very underrated Dreamcast game, Power Stone.
We're going to go to Rizzy.
The Power Stone.
We'll go to Jake.
Unlimited power. Power Stone.
And Eli.
The Peace Stone, Power Stone.
That is correct. Clean sweep. My favorite usage is Paul Rudd saying, "You ruined the time heist." All right. Two hit him with their eighth question.
Your eighth question is in the category of James Bond. Who directed both Timothy Dalton Bond films?
You don't know who my favorite Bond director is?
Again, is it going to give away?
Christopher Nolan. Christopher Nolan.
Okay. Great.
Best James Bond, John David Washington. 5, 4.
There's a Jake somewhere there.
2.
His name is the protagonist.
Yep. Pens down. We're going to go to Rizzy.
Let somebody read my review. I put Glenn Campbell.
We're going to go to Antonio.
I have nothing.
We will go to Eli.
I said John McTiernan.
And Jake.
John Glenn.
John Glenn is correct, which makes it 11-10.
Yep.
Lots of hovering around the correct answer there.
That's right.
Hovering. I believe we are out of perfect rounds as we get to your penultimate question in the category of Disney live action. What year saw the release of Tron Legacy, The Sorcerer's Apprentice, and Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time? I saw one of these things trending today, and I don't know why.
Interesting.
Yeah.
This is a good Disney live action year, huh?
It's not bad.
Great. I'm all for it.
I'm all for like one of them.
No, all three.
I've seen two of these three movies.
1. Pens down. I only really like Tron Legacy. We're gonna start with Antonio.
Actually, like Tron Legacy. Is it 2013?
We're gonna go to Rizzy.
2010, and Tron Legacy is a masterpiece.
We're gonna go to Jake.
Tron Legacy is pretty good. 2010.
And Eli.
I very much Tron Legacy when it came out when I was in high school. 2010.
That makes it 12 as we go to the last question, Nick.
And your last question is in the category of Worlds of DC. In Man of Steel, where is Clark when he tells Lois the story of his father's death? Say where is Clark and Lois? They're both there.
Sure, but I don't.
Story to each
I don't like Man of Steel. Do you like Man of Steel? I don't.
No. I give it a pretty 50-50. The action's pretty lame and there's a lot of plot holes. I'm not a fan.
100%. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, and we will start with Jake.
Cemetery.
We will go to Eli.
I said Smallville's graveyard, more specific, Jonathan Kent's grave.
We will go to Antonio.
Said cemetery at its father's grave.
And Rizzy.
I don't know how specific you want. I put the cemetery.
All of those are correct, which means we are tied at 14 all coming out of round number 1, which means anything can happen as we get into round number 2, which works like this. Each team is going to get a chance to spin from the lovely wheel from wheelside.com. If you let the category land on, you are going to get 5 questions worth 2 points apiece. You can opt to multiple choice, but it devalues it down to being only worth 1. All teams have all 3 repeats, and they're challenged. There is stealing in this round, so be aware. Bounty Hunters, you are in the lead. Would you like to go first, or not in the lead? You were the higher seed in this tie game. Would you like to go first, or defer to Schizo?
Oh,
Second.
We'll go second.
All right. So we'll bring in Mr. Mazzario as this is Schizo spin. It lands on Rocky. Would you like to keep it or spin again?
I say we take it. That's just me, though.
All right, look, I'm trusting you.
All right. I say let's take it.
All right.
Yeah, that's what we talked about before with our manager.
All right. Sounds like they are taking it. So I'll go, or do you? No, you take their questions and give them Rocky.
Okay. Schizo, are you prepared for your questions in the category of Rocky?
We are.
Okay. Your first question. In which film do we see a training montage in a desert location?
I believe that would be
Oh,
Creed
it's
2,
Creed
Dom.
2.
What are you thinking?
Yeah, it's Creed 2.
Yeah.
Creed 2. Final answer.
That is correct for 2 points. Your second question. Where did Pretty Ricky Conlon break Danny Wheeler's jaw, thus forcing him to withdraw from the fight in Creed?
Yeah, we need multiple choice for that one.
Yeah.
That okay?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, multiple choice.
Okay, multiple choice. A, the training gym. B, the weigh-in. C, Wheeler's contender fight. Or D, an HBO Sports interview.
I think it's C.
No, I don't think it's that. I think it's either B or D.
Okay, I'm more tempted to go B then.
Yeah, I feel like it was the weigh-in.
All right, B, the weigh-in. Final answer.
The weigh-in is correct for 1 point.
Good job, Eli.
Yeah.
Your third question in the category of Rocky. What is the result of the fight between Rocky and Apollo in Rocky 2? Who won and how?
Well,
It
Rocky won,
was
obviously.
Rocky-
But
Yeah, and I think it was by knockout because they didn't go through all rounds, so it had to be by knockout.
no, but I thought they went
What do
all
you
rounds. And he hit him, and they had to climb their way back up. You know what? We got multiple choice.
All right.
Yeah, multiple choice.
Your multiple choice options are A, Apollo wins by decision. B, Rocky wins by decision. C, Rocky wins by knockout. Or D, Apollo wins by technical knockout.
Well, it's 2, so Rocky won. So, yeah, you want to just go knockout?
Yeah. Yeah, Rocky by
All right.
knockout. It wasn't by
All right,
decision.
All right, Rocky by knockout. Final answer.
That is correct for another point. Your fourth question in the category of Rocky. What is Danny Wheeler's nickname in Creed and Creed 2?
Isn't it the Stuntman?
Oh, I think so. I believe so.
Yeah, the Stuntman. Final answer.
That's correct for 2 points. And your final question. Who directed Rocky V?
Rocky V was John G. Avildsen, who returned from 1. So, John G. Avildsen, final answer.
That's correct for another 2 points.
All right, so at the end of their turn, Schizo against themselves up to 22. Bounty Hunters have 14. If you bring back the wheel and go.
Wish we would have went first, boys.
Good job, Eli.
All right, this is your
Good job,
spin,
Dan.
Bounty Hunters. And lands on Fandom Oscars. Would you like to keep it or spin again?
I think we should go with something that's better for the both of us.
Yeah, I think it's a spin because that's just nomination party. So
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we'll spin again.
All right, you're stuck with whatever you land on this time, and it lands on scores and soundtracks.
Ooh, okay.
play it smart. Use multiple when you got to. Let's just go.
All right, so we'll take out Cody. Bounty Hunters, your first question.
Oh, real quick. 22 to 14? Is that what you
22-14, yep.
Okay.
All right, your first question, Bounty Hunters, in the category of scores and soundtracks. Who composed the score for The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King?
That is Howard Shaw.
Yeah.
Antonio?
Yeah,
Howard
go ahead.
Shaw, final answer.
That is correct for 2 points. Who has composed the most scores for the James Bond franchise?
Oh man, I think I know this. I kind of want to go for it, Antonio. I think it's John Barry.
Trust you, man. Go ahead.
Damn. It's not. I think it's him.
5,
On repeat. On a repeat.
2.
John Barry, final answer.
That is correct for 2 points. Your third question in scores and soundtracks.
Nice.
Which DreamWorks film features the songs Hello, True Colors, The Sound of Silence, and September?
Oh, that is Trolls.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Trolls, final answer.
That is correct for 2 points.
Nice.
Your
I think it's
penultimate
20.
question in the category of scores and soundtracks. How many scores has John Williams composed for the Star Wars franchise?
So that is the 9.
Yeah.
Let me just think. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'm pretty sure it's 9.
Yeah.
Positive. 9, final answer.
That is correct for 2 points and a tie game as we go into the last question in scores and soundtracks. What song in Guardians of the Galaxy does Peter Quill claim belongs to him?
Oh,
Belongs to him.
I got it.
Yep.
Hooked on a Feeling, Blue Suede. Final answer.
That is correct for 2 points.
Fucking A, Antonio.
God damn.
Fleet of scores and soundtracks puts Bounty Hunters Anonymous in the lead 24-22 as we get into round number 3, which works like this. This is the betting round. In the team's format, we are going to give you the category. You are going to tell us which member of your team is taking the question and how many points you'd like to bet between 0 and 2 points. If you get a question right, you'll gain those points. If you get the question wrong, you'll lose those points. We go until someone is mathematically eliminated or the score reaches 0. Whoever takes the first question cannot take the second. When we get to the third, you can redistribute who takes questions 3 and 4, and you can confer on the 5th and final question. All 3 repeats are intact for both teams and your challenge. Any questions as we get into round number 3?
No.
All right. Then the first category you can bet points on in this round is Middle Earth. Who will be taking it and how many points?
Eli, I can take this.
Bring back managers.
All right, Dom.
All right. And Nazario?
He's
Nazario,
muted. Hey, manager, you
Muted.
gotta have to hit the unmute button.
Yeah, I think Rizzy gets this one. How confident are you, man?
Very bad. Was very confident.
Yeah, go for it.
What do you think?
So it is round 1 of a tournament. We've gauged how the questions have been so far, so I don't want to go crazy, but I think we can bet on this. I just don't know who wants to take it.
I don't see what's
Or if you guys want to sit back and tie it, that's fine, but I think one of you guys could take it. It just, who has watched them most recently?
I haven't seen him in a couple of years, but it's like...
Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're probably going to bet 0, and let's let Jake put it down.
Yep.
1 to 0, you decide, but yeah, we'll do that. We'll play that game.
Okay, yeah.
All right, managers, we good?
Yep.
All right, so Nazario and Cody removed. All right, so we will get bets first, starting with Schizo. Rizzy, you're taking it. How much you betting?
2.
And Jake?
I'm going to play it safe, 0.
All right, your question in the category of Middle Earth. What type of creature kills Boromir in The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring? It's been a really good match so far.
Hi, Coho.
Hi.
I always forget we can talk now.
Yeah, it's been a great match so far.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Very tight game.
Indeed.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pen is down. We'll start with Jake for stats.
I said Orc.
We will go to Rizzy.
Uruk-hai.
Uruk-hai is correct for 2 points. So it is 24-24 now, going into the next question, which Antonio and Eli have to take. What is that category doing?
Star Trek. I don't know if I said something else.
You said Shrek, right?
Yeah.
All right. Eli, are you confident on this?
I'm not. Even though I just watched the Star Trek movie, I'm not.
All right.
Well, you know what that screams? It sounds like it's a stats-only round, boys. So
Yeah,
0.
I was gonna say same.
Yeah.
Why risk it if we're tied so far?
Yeah.
What did you say, Antonio?
Oh, never mind.
I mean, if you think you're confident enough to bet,
Even
go
if you
ahead.
just bet 1.
Right.
Okay.
What do you think, Cody? Cody.
We got 3 questions left, so just play it smart. We're First Order is not built on Star Trek. I'll tell you that. But if you're confident enough with taking a stab at it for 1 and then having the lead and we can decide from there, go for it. But we'll be down and we'll have to full send it on the rest of them. So just be ready for that.
What do you think, Jake? 1 or 0?
I think for safe, let's go 1. We could get late, and if not, then we're down by 1 and we still have 3 questions
I'm
left.
hoping it's a layup like the Lord of the Rings one.
I think
Yeah.
go with your gut, Eli. Just go with your gut.
We good, managers?
All right.
Sure.
All right. So we'll start this time with Antonio
1.
and Eli.
0.
All right.
All right. Give them their question, Nick.
Gentlemen, your question in the category of Star Trek. In the undiscovered country, Kirk and Bones are charged with the assassination of the Chancellor of what species? This whole First Order not being built on Star Trek, I'm offended.
You always got a home in the Kingsland, who is now built on Star.
Yes. Oh, totally.
Totally. You can just come hang out with us.
Oh, the original 6 and nothing more, and now he's the biggest Star Trek fan.
Pens down. We'll start with Eli for stats.
Klingon.
We will go to Antonio.
Klingon.
Klingon is correct for a point.
Nice, Antonio.
It is 25-24. So we get to the third question of the round, which you can now redistribute, is Pixar. Who's taking it and how much you want to bet on Pixar?
I can take this one.
That's Jake, and I would send.
Yeah.
All right.
You're right.
Yeah, bro.
I'm pretty
Are you
confident.
sure you wanna-
Just keep the
are
1
you
point
sure you want
lead.
to take
Go
this
back
one,
to-
Rizzy?
Oh, I can take this one.
Wait.
I mean,
You
I'm
can
thinking
do
more
two
like
such as
about the
completely,
next
yeah.
question. How do you feel about Pixar, Eli?
Use your repeats if you got to, but I think you're good.
We still got 3.
Pixar is 50-50 with me, honestly.
Okay, then yeah, Dominic, you get it.
All right.
All right, we got managers?
Sure.
Yep.
All right. We will get bets starting with Jake
2.
and Rizzy.
1.
All right. Your question in the category of Pixar. What is the name of the school that has a pig mascot that Sully stole in Monsters University?
If you could have any animal as your mascot, Coho, what are we looking at?
It's not an animal. But my school's mascot was a green wave.
That might be the saddest thing I've ever heard.
Oh, trust me, it was.
Wow.
Let's go, green wave. You wonder why I never went to the games. 5,
Sounds like
4.
Can I get a repeat?
That is Schizo's first repeat. What is the name of the school that has a pig mascot that Sully stole in Monsters University? Yeah, no, we were the East Grand Forks
It
Senior.
sounds like it's polluted water, like getting washed up on.
I always asked, what did green wave mean? And they said it's the color of the grains of like fields that we have up here. And I thought that was ridiculously stupid.
I don't think so.
I don't buy it.
I think they lied to you.
3, 2, 1. Pens down. We will start with Rizzy.
I just put Monster State. I didn't get it.
And Jake.
Nah, I just said Raw Mega Roll.
Both incorrect. We're looking for Fear Tech. Fear Tech. So it is now
Tie game at 23.
Yeah.
Tied up going into the fourth question, which Antonio and Eli have to take, is DreamWorks. On DreamWorks.
Eli, bet how you feel here. But keep in mind, we still have one more question.
Okay.
My apologies. I didn't expect Pure Tech to show up.
Didn't expect one of the two.
Yeah.
Whatever you want, man. 'Cause
I think it's safe. I honestly think we should play it
You
safe.
know, Eli, I think we should go big. What do you think?
Okay. All right.
Would I suggest we bet 1?
Well, here's my thing. I would bet 0 almost on it. And if they're betting big and miss on a dream, if it's any close to Fear Tech, we have a shot. If it's a softball, then we're screwed at that point, and it is what it is. But like, let them take the risk and see what happens. And if we'll go into the final question, have to full send it, and if they want to go to sudden death, they'll bet 0. We'll see what happens. But I don't. If you bet 1 and they bet 2 and we miss, then we're up 1. But they hit. I don't know. I think 0 personally.
Okay.
After Fear Tech, I'm a little worried
All
what
right.
happens.
At this point, let's put Faye on this one.
Okay.
All right. We good, managers?
No, but yeah.
I'm not a manager.
All right. We will get bets first with Antonio on this one.
0.
And Eli.
Zippity doodah.
All right. Stats only round, Nick. What is the
Your question: which DreamWorks franchise has the most films?
Both look a little pissed.
Oh,
A little pissed.
I think all 4 of us.
I'm saying is I'm going to take up poker because go back and watch the tape. That poker face and all through that.
Oh yeah. I think we were both just sitting here, just like, what's good? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This means nothing but Eli.
I said Shrek.
Antonio.
I also said Shrek.
Both of you would be correct for no points. 23-23 going into the last question, Twig. You can now confer. Since we are tied, we defer to the higher seed. Would you like question 1 or question 2?
I'd like to kill 3 people. What's the category?
Your category is Disney animation. Disney animation.
Didn't see any comic book in this round 3.
Well, it doesn't have to be. Well,
I like you guys waiting for us to talk first.
Again, who effing knows? It could be how many movies have had sequels, or literally name a college that has said like twice. So I'm going to say,
Going for it at this point.
bet 2. Bet 2.
Yeah.
If we lose, we lose. It doesn't, I don't. Let them bet 2 too, and then we'll see what ends up happening. But yes, we'll take question number 1. Hopefully, that one's the easier one of those 2.
Hopefully.
They do get to collaborate on this one, right? They can discuss.
You do.
Yeah, we collaborate on this
You'll
one.
each get individual questions. Team.
Yeah, I see us having a couple different options here. Because if we bet 2 and we miss, obviously we're done. If we only bet, but if we get it 2, then we'll be tied with them. But if we bet 1, they bet 2, we get it, they lose it, it's ours. So.
Yeah. But,
It's the risk management
so
thing.
many variables.
Yes.
I would say it depends on how you feel confident about the category.
It's Disney animation, so that could be all over the place, and it's the 5-pointer. But at the same time,
they could be talking about Robin Hood, or they could be talking about Chicken Little.
I got an idea for what we should go. and it rhymes, and it's English for numero uno. I couldn't think of a more subtle thing to go with there.
You know what?
All right.
Go with your guy.
All right.
All right. Managers, we good?
All right.
Yeah.
All right. We will get bets starting with bounty hunters.
You want to do it, Antonio? Just go for it.
Yeah, go for it.
2.
And Schizo.
1.
All right.
We're betting for a single.
Hang on. Isn't the whole point of like writing it down? Did you write it down?
Were we writing it down?
Well, okay.
I thought we were collaborating. So.
All right. 2.
No, I know.
1.
But like, okay, cool. I just wanted to see it because like a team
Why?
could be like, oh, now that they've got 2, we're gonna.
I was really confused.
We are betting 2.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So we will start with the team who bet less, I think is how we'll do it this time.
Yeah.
Looking for confirmation from the person backstage.
That is correct.
Okay. All right. So, Jake, why don't you go ahead and give Schizo their question in Disney animation?
So you chose question number 2 in Disney animation, and your question is as follows. Who voices Anna and Elsa's mother in Frozen 2?
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's a Van Rachel Wood.
Yep.
Rachel Wood, Dominic.
Evan, Rachel Wood. Final answer.
That's
Done.
correct for 1 point.
Okay. So, yeah.
All right.
I mean, I'd rather them hit it than miss it because that means we have
24 to 23 as we go to Bounty Hunter Anonymous's question in Disney animation for 2 points. Who voices Mrs. Otterton in Zootopia?
Mrs. Audit. Mrs. Audit. Not Jenny Slate. Auditon. I'm trying to remember the character.
Me too.
5,
Auditon.
4,
We've still got 3 repeats.
2.
Repeat.
Okay.
Bounty Hunter's first repeat, I think.
Auditon.
Who voices Mrs. Otterton in Zootopia?
Was that the mayor's assistant or whatever? Or aide?
I think so. I
Right.
think it is Jenny Slate, that character, but I'm trying to think if there's any other character that sounds like Auditon, because I can't
Right.
remember anything.
Well, also Mrs.
So-
Otterton, they would give it to an aide, like an assistant. So that's why I'm thinking it's that one.
Let's use 2 more. Let's use our 2 repeats and just think
Yeah.
about the entire
Take your
time.
time,
I'll use
yeah.
them.
2.
Repeat, please.
As their second repeat. Who voices Mrs. Otterton in Zootopia?
Part of me thinks it's like an otter, but I can't remember any otters in the movie.
I know, but that's why I'm just doing a character name.
I just remember her character being like Mrs. something, so I
Right.
feel like it has to be Otterton. We got 1 more repeat.
5.
Yeah, the more I think about it, the more confident I am in Jenny Slate. Repeat,
Go
please.
for it, man. Yeah.
That is Bounty Hunter's last repeat. Who voices Mrs. Otterton in Zootopia?
Yeah, no, I think our best bet is Jenny Slate.
All right, let's ride or die. Let's go.
All right, we're gonna say Jenny Slate. Final answer.
And your winner, Schizo! The answer was Octavia
Spencer.
Octavia Spencer.
Oh, man.
What a game I'm used to having Tim here. My God, I'm all over the place.
Fuck yeah.
In a game, it was indeed Boatman. It was crazy.
I know, wonderful, right? I backpedaled like Boatman today too. It's totally fair. All right, we'll go ahead. We'll get some post-match interviews. We'll start with our unfortunate losers today with Bounty Hunters Anonymous. You guys played a good game all the way through. It just kind of came down to betting on the last one. Is there anything you would have changed about the way you played today, or are you pretty confident with the way you handled it?
I will save all my stuff for off the call. Yes, I would change some stuff, but you know what? Can't go back and can't fix things now. I think they played a great round 1 and round 2. It was round 3 that was a roller coaster, and it was a lot of fun to ride. I'm just glad the ride is over, so I can throw up in the trash can. But you guys are great, and I can't wait till you come back next season because you're 1-1, so you have a shot of coming back and playing another team. So you didn't have a losing record anymore, thanks to 4-2. So. That's great, and I am glad Eli and Rizzy get to move on because that's fun.
Is it?
Are there any teams you guys would like to face in next season? When you guys do come back.
Jurassic Sharks.
I think Jurassic Sharks would be fun, honestly.
They will be 1-1 after this tournament because guarantee they will not win another Fandom match because they got lucky the first time, and we will get to play them. If they win, they're 2-1. Still make it happen. Whatever. I would like to play them. That's who I'd like to play.
I do want to just. I think we played much better than we did last match. I think just based on how well we.
I'm still gonna tap myself in the ass over round 1 questions.
Well, it's just round 3 questions. Wasn't we? I think if we swapped it, then we bet more points. It's one of those things where it just really came down to the last few questions. Pixar, I'm pretty confident in it. There's only 2 Pixar films I haven't seen, and that is Coco and Monsters University. God damn it! And then it just came down to that last question. If we had picked the second question, that we get it. But we know the character wasn't going to get it. We had to get it, and we just didn't know it. So unfortunate, but yeah.
No, absolutely. You guys did indeed play a really good game all the way up to the end there. And we will see you guys next season. Hope maybe it'll be Jurassic Sharks.
I hope so.
We'll go over to our winners today. Schizo, you guys pulled it out there at the very end with your betting. How do you guys feel right now?
Bet against the house. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say there. And also, Jake, we could have been a team. I still have no idea what happened there as far as that goes, but we could have been a team. That was a great match. I had a lot of fun. I'm so glad that we got back. Just when I thought I was out, I get back in. I didn't use the quote right there, but I don't care. Eli, I just wanted to give you all the credit for getting that last question because I was still just kind of confused with the fact of wait, this is a round 5 question, but you nailed it. Congrats, buddy. This one's yours.
Look, the entire time when round 2 happened and I heard Jake specifically got scores and soundtracks, my entire brain was like, oh crap, he's going to get every single question right because I know exactly what Jake's biggest strength is. And so I was just, after that, I was like, all right, round 3, that's got to be the round when we come back, and we did. And I was just, blood's pumping. The entire time before this match, I was telling myself, come on, you got to get back to Eli Vold. You got to get back to Eli Vold where they're doing great matches. And I felt like I did that today. And we're moving on in the tournament, and I'm glad Dom's my partner. This is amazing.
Absolutely, yeah. This is a lot of fun. The only thing was that when I heard it was Disney animation, I figured it could go either way, so I figured it would be better, especially in the last round, only because we were tied to let them bet against themselves and let them play themselves, and they totally did with Zootopia of all movies, which was amazing. But no, they played a great match otherwise. This is a lot of fun. I'm glad to be back in teams, and looking forward to whoever's next.
I will admit that I got a little scared when they actually figured out that Mrs. Otterton was an otter. She indeed is an otter. Just they kept thinking about the lamb one for some reason.
Yeah, whose name was Smellweather, by the way. Never referred to as a Mrs.
All right. I will ask you guys the question. Speaking of moving on to the next round, which you have a possibility of 2 teams to be playing in the next round. You could be playing either Jay Burns and Mark Kamaya or Necronomicon, or you could be facing Douglas Castle, Cameron Redshaw, I Wish Brothers.
I haven't seen Doug and Cam play yet. I don't remember Cam's fandom ability off the top of my head. So as of right now, I'm going to say we're probably facing Necronomicon next.
If I had to choose which one I would rather play, Doug and Cam seem like the easier bet. Necronomicon seemed like the harder bet, and I feel like it would be good for us to tell how good we would do against Necronomicon, the harder opponent. So yeah, I would want Necro.
You do. Right. Necronomicon does say that they only lose championships. They don't lose anything else. So maybe it's time you guys broke that streak for them, right?
Did we already beat them? Or am I thinking of Warzone? Oh no, I'm thinking of Warzone because they're the same team in Warzone.
All right. Well, we will see who you play in round number 2. Tui, take us home with some of your magical final thoughts.
My magical final thoughts. That match went every which way. I agree. It was quite the roller coaster. It sounds like if the questions had flipped on that last question, we might be having a different winner, and that's just the luck of the roll, the draw. It happens sometimes, but I think both teams showed that they belong in this tournament, showed that they belong at the high seeds they were at, and I'm sure it's not the last we've seen of either of them.
Absolutely. But with that, we'll get ourselves on out of here. So for everyone watching, thank you so much for watching the summer series. The fun. Fuck. We're gonna walk that one back. I had a full-on fucking stroke.
Are we back in summer? No, make it end. 2020 never end.
Thank you all so much for watching the Fandom Fights Fall Frenzy Teams Tournament. This is just one of our round 1 matches. Stay tuned for everything we've got going on coming forward. So for everyone here, that has been Jake, that has been Antonio, that has been Rizzy, that has been Eli, that has been Nazario, that has been Cody, that has been Nick, I have been Caleb, and this has been Fandom Fights. We'll see you guys real soon with another great match.
We are so glad you came. Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye now. Bye. Bye-bye. Remember, please discard all candy wrappers and popcorn containers in the nearest trash receptacle. Thank you. Okay, bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Bye. Okay. Are they all gone? Is everybody gone? Huh? Good.